We've done a little bit with embedded CSS so far, and now we're going to make the final jump to external CSS. And in order to learn about external CSS, I'm going to simply do a quick Google search for external CSS. And one of the first links is the W3 Schools website, and I'm going to go to that one. It says 3 ways to insert CSS. It tells me 2 of them that we've already done: internal style sheet, inline style, and now we're on to external. And remember, internal style sheet is the same thing as embedded. So external style sheet is the first thing that pops up here, and you can see in the head section of your web page you're going to want to put this link tag, and this has all of the information our web page is going to need to link to a separate file which is just for CSS. So you'll see how that works in this video. I'm going to simply copy this link for now, and I'll modify it, and I'm going to paste it into my gedit. I have a template file set up here. I'll name the title of this external CSS, and then I'll paste. Notice that I'm in my head section. I'll paste what I had just copied. That got a little large. Let me scroll out to the side here, and let's see if we can understand a little bit of what this is saying. First of all, it's the link tag, and it's got several attributes here. Okay, this is just saying that it's a style sheet, and then we need to give this information that it's going to be text/CSS. These are things that I would just copy, and you don't necessarily need to worry about what they do. Just know that you should copy them in. And then your href attribute, we've seen that before, right? That's used on the anchor tag, which we use to make links. And so really this part is really just a relative link to a file named mystyle.css. Now I haven't made this file yet, and it could be named something different, so we might have to change that in a minute. I'm going to go back into my gedit, and I'm going to just open up a new file here. So I'm going to go new, and I'm going to just do File, Save As, and I'm saving things to my desktop, but you'd want to save them to a folder that you're working in. And it's going to be important here that your style sheet is saved in the same folder as your HTML. My HTML was already stored on the desktop, so I'll be fine. Make sure that you're saving your HTML and your CSS file in the same folder. Okay, I'm going to call this external underscore CSS.css. So I'm just trying to give it a descriptive name here, and then make sure you've got the extension .css. Hit save when you're ready. And inside this file, it's actually very simple. It's a plain text, and I type just like I did in embedded CSS, and that's it. So if I wanted to style the body and give it a background color, I could type body and then use my brackets, and I could now type in background color, or any other CSS property would have worked as well, and I could type blue, and this could turn my background blue. Make sure I save the file, and that little star icon indicates that it's not saved yet. So let me add one more thing. Color white. So that'll change the text color to white. Notice that it's got that little star. Let me know I haven't saved it yet. Make sure you save it. I'm going to go back to my external CSS, and notice that this link says that it's linking to a file called mystyle.css. That will not work because I named my file something different. I named it external underscore CSS. When you're doing this, make sure you're paying attention to capital letters. It makes a big difference. So there we go. If I view this in my web browser now, it should work. So let me open up my desktop. Getting a little messy here, but here it is. Okay, it's got my blue background, and that's all I've told it so far. So if I went back to gedit and I added something in, let's say in the body I added a heading. Let's make it an H1, and it just says external CSS example. And if I save that and view it again, now I should see some white text. There it is. And notice then, if I view source here, go view page source, the web page itself, the HTML, it doesn't have any style information at all, but this external style sheet here that's in a completely separate file, that is where the style information is. And in fact, I'm using Google Chrome right now, and Google Chrome is very nice. and some of the other web browsers do this too, I think, but it makes it into a link, so I can actually click here, and it will show me, or it should show me, well, I just lied, it should show me the CSS file. And since that didn't actually work to click on, let me show you how you'd get that anyway. Copy this, and then in the URL, get rid of external css.html and replace it with the name of the CSS file, and it'll show me the CSS. And you can actually do that same little trick with most, well, really you could do that with any web page you see online. You could, to see their CSS, you could do something like that. You could look in the HTML here, you could find the link to the style sheet, and then just simply replace that part of the URL. Alright, that is the basics of external styles. Here again, here's my HTML, here's my CSS. If I wanted to add more to the CSS, I can add more as I please, just like I did embedded.